Hey guys, it's your girl Tower Crush back with another review, and this time it is for Love Island USA. If you haven't already, please hit my subscribe button down at the bottom and appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. You are appreciated. And I want to get right into this review because this was a very interesting episode to me. A lot of microaggressions, wouldn't you say? Okay, so the couples, the recoupling couples. I'm going to start there. We've got Zeta and Timmy, Maddie and Isaiah, Andy and Sydney, Felipe and Courtney, Jesse and Deb, Tyler and Serenity, the newest couple on the island. Well, along with, a couple others. But of course, Tyler was the last one to be added to the crew. So that was, again, exhilarating for me because I was very happy for Serenity because she just really wanted somebody in the house that was attracted to her and actually wanted to be with her. And in walks the blonde bombshell. Do we call men bombshells? Can we just say the blonde stud? Because he's definitely that. Ooh. Okay, so I did like to see them interacting with one another. I will say Isaiah and Andy are a trip. Now, remind you, these are the two that I thought were a little bit suspicious in the beginning, or a little sus. And, Isaiah with his earrings and Andy with his duck lips. So it is very, very strange to me that they would be the ones going head to head. Andy actually taking Isaiah's woman. And I just wonder, in my own little fantasy world, I know what's happening behind the scenes that we don't know. And I just think that Andy might have, pushed up on Isaiah. And Isaiah might have been like, no, not here. And Andy got mad and went after Isaiah's girl. Now, that's what I want to believe. So that's what I'm going to believe. But I ain't going to put that in the review or nothing. But that's what I believe. I believe Andy was jealous of the connection that Sydney and Isaiah was building, and that's why he broke it up. That could be just a fluke, but that's just how I feel. And I just still feel like Isaiah had some nerve being mad because Sydney should have never welcomed you back after you did her like that, after you made her feel like she was less than and not good enough. She should have never allowed you back into her realm, because you didn't deserve it and you weren't worthy. So you being mad at Andy is silly to me. I feel like you need to be mad at yourself, because had you not done that to her and made her cry, now she's cried twice on the show. And I just feel like I'm tired of seeing her cry. Sydney's a pretty girl, especially with her makeup on. I don't know who she is without those lashes, but she kind of looks like a little baby bird, but she's a pretty girl. Natural beauty with a little bit of artificial beauty in there. Sprinkle it on in there. But again, she's a beautiful girl, so I don't want to see her crying. And even if she wasn't a beautiful girl, I wouldn't want to see her crying. Especially if she wasn't beautiful, I would not want to see her. But then too, Sydney acting like she didn't know what was about to happen, like she had no clue where Andy was going. I don't know, it kind of positioned her to be F girl number one, because how dare you tell Isaiah you didn't know what was up when you knew you were smooching that man. You knew what that man's intentions were. Yes, you did say that you were, happy with Isaiah, but you also said that you're excited and happy about him. He didn't come with that out of nowhere. So why you would lie, I don't know. But I don't like that, Sydney. Now, you need to get that. You need to clean that up. Because that was really lame. And it's, what's in the dark is always going to come to light anyway. So once the show plays back, which y'all can see now, Isaiah can see that you was a lying little because you definitely knew, and you was definitely making out with Andy behind Isaiah's back. And that's called cheating. And you cheated on him. So whatever. But I'm just definitely not feeling Sydney being, this emotional about Isaiah this early, because, he's teamed up with Maddie, who's also a beautiful girl. And she's all, don't be flirting with my man. Be happy with my man till I come back and get my man. Girl, how you gonna be sad that they was kissing when you was kissing on freaking Andy? How do you think Isaiah would have felt about you kissing on Andy? Huh? How do you think he would have felt about that? But now you want to sit in the dressing room and act like you so hurt and distraught and got everybody around you. Oh. No, but you was kissing on Andy though, wasn't you? I don't like that, Sydney. I don't like that. You got all these people, feeling sorry for you. No, honey. You need to tell them what's real because that wasn't real at all, honey. That was, it ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun because it was all good when you was sneaking around with Andy, right? Right. So I ain't feeling it. I ain't feeling that at all. So the little challenge was kind of cute. The blue mud. I was kind of hoping that they was wrestling each other and not just wrestling big balls. Because I know Isaiah wanted to get a stab at Andy bad. And Andy just, I don't know. I still feel that really strongly about him because he sat there and he broke up the relationship between Sydney and Isaiah. Did y'all see her have to grab a pillow and put between her legs because he wasn't even cuddling with her? Why weren't you cuddling Sydney, the one you wanted so bad, Mr. Andy? What's up with that? You gave her your back and your ass to kiss, and she had to cuddle with herself. And that further lets me know you ain't here for the girls, are you? You're not. And I don't appreciate that because, and I can tell from the way you look at them when they're talking, you look at them like, when is her mouth gonna stop moving? That's what I get out of you, Andy. And you are my least favorite person on the whole island. Least favorite person, Andy. And so I thought it was cute when Courtney said that she did not need an excuse to sit on Felipe's face. Girl, he been in your box. Girl, you done sat on his face already. Girl, y'all been making out and doing the oochie coochie, hunching. Girl, you are not going to be surprising us with this information in the confessional ever again. I was like, what? Yeah. Okay, Court. And he didn't say nothing. He was just like, yeah, well, there's that. Go ahead, Felipe. I just think they're the cutest. Sheesh. Debbie and Jesse, I mean... For them to be so equally yoked, she's so freaking clumsy. Like something told me that this goofy girl was gonna fall funnily. I didn't know it was gonna be coming out, but I just knew something was gonna happen with her because she's just goofy. And that was cute. She just had me lay there like she was done. I was like, help her, Jesse. So them coming back and, to the villa and, just kind of feeling for each other. And then Isaiah still being mad, taking his little shots at Andy when he can. And, Maddie just kind of going with the flow. I feel like Maddie feels like hasn't been chosen yet. So I'm hoping that she feels like she, after this next recoupling, she feels better because I don't want to see her crying either. She's a beautiful girl. I don't know how much she has in the brains department because she kind of talks like an airhead a little bit, kind of like, I don't know. I just always feel like, I'm not someone's type or I'm not good enough and I want to feel good enough. She kind of, I don't know. She kind of gives me that feel. I mean, I could be totally wrong about her, but I doubt it. So I don't want to see her sad and I don't want these boys to keep on, playing with these girls like Timmy. Timmy, you was like my favorite dude in the house because of the way you was handling and treating Zeta. But clearly, you're not happy with Zeta. She's not checking all of your boxes because the way you paused when she asked you about the outside world, you were supposed to told her, I ain't thought that far ahead instead of saying, yes, no. That is landing you at F-boy number 4. 6 of the men, 4 of them are F-boys, in my opinion. Because I just feel like you don't do that to Zeta. And I feel like Zeta's going to read you the riot act. Once you realize you playing her, it's not going to go over well for you, Timmy. So I just feel like you just need to be honest with these girls all the way through. Don't fake it until you make it, because you might not make it faking it. If Zeta's not what you like, I promise there's a lot of girls in the house that would like to couple up with you. Let Zeta go. Let her go. That's just what has to happen, because you are not feeling her like that, and it sounds like you're just trying to pass time and make out wherever you can, and that's not cool. Because that's a whole grown, sophisticated woman, and you will not play with her like that in her face. Not gonna happen. I'm not gonna let it happen, because I will windmill you, and my windmills are vicious. Just know that. So the new couple comes in, and of course it's a pair of siblings. Ew. They do challenges where they be kissing each other, so that's nasty. Are y'all gonna pass up that challenge because y'all siblings? That's like nasty. You cannot be kissing on your sibling. That is nasty. I'm sure it is illegal in the state that you're in. Pass on that exercise if it ever comes up, because that's nasty. But America got to choose who was going on a date with them. Now, mind you, they asked them when they came in who they really liked, you know, off the top. Well, she was like Jesse, Timmy, and Isaiah. And then she came back and threw Tyler in there. And don't get windmilled, honey, because we will windmill you. We will windmill you, honey. Don't be trying to come for Tyler. But then it was like her brother was like, the first name out of his mouth was Serenity. Serenity was like, I like that. I know you do, girl. Even though I don't know if he's your type or not, I just think it's cute that you know, that Tyler's got a little competition, so he can definitely, you know, feel threatened. Because he was like, good luck with that. Because, yeah, he ain't about to let Serenity go. She's a whole doggone experience, a whole vibe. And she's, you know, she's got the intellect that he's looking for. So we'll just have to see how it comes down. But I think it's going to get shaken up really quick tomorrow, because, I don't know, new guy asked Isaiah about Sydney's kiss with Andy prior to the recoupling. And I guess Isaiah didn't know about that kiss, because he is furious. So I cannot wait to see how Andy handles that, because he just looks unbothered, period. And I'm just waiting on the time when it's time for him to go home, because I don't feel like there's anybody there for him. If Isaiah's not feeling him, then I don't know who is. Because he's cute, he's a pretty boy, but I just feel like he's too pretty. Too pretty. And I just feel like he did that, he broke them up despite. So we'll just have to see how that comes out. But I'm going to end the review right there. It was a good one, and I cannot wait for tomorrow. And this series is definitely one I am happy I picked up. It's kind of light, so I can kind of like sift through it. I like it, so there's that. Okay, so if you haven't already, please hit my subscribe button. And if you don't, you know what? You got to the end of this video, so I appreciate you too. You are loved. You are appreciated. You are special. And that is my $5.02. Peace.